All right, good morning, everybody. Just gonna do a real quick sound test. All right, good morning, everybody. Sound test is done. So if you have any problems with hearing me, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I will get started. So, happy Saturday. It's a very long week. Start off with a disclaimer, fair warning, wife, kids, dog, they're all home. If anybody runs in here, they've already been warned, they will be killed. I'll try to cut away to a different shot, but anyways, we should have a decent stream today. So, that being said, my week was long. I had a lot of meetings. I feel like I did really well for what I was doing. You know, my main goal right now is not to really lose weight, it's to really sustain the one meal a day. So I have little bumps here and there, but nothing too bad. I have 2 more weeks to really stabilize this, so I'm feeling good about that. Good morning, Quiet Madness. Good to see you. All right, so I did weigh in this morning. I'm weighing in more or less right now just to kind of make sure I'm staying where I'm at or possibly losing. I am staying right where I'm at, still around 418, which brings up another point. I've had a few people comment on how I don't look that big, and that's why I shaved. Is I really want people to see, and myself too, I want to look in the mirror and realize that I am pretty big and I carry it pretty well, but there's a lot of room for improvement through weight loss for physical appearance and health in general. So that's probably what I'm really going to gauge my improvements or my weight loss on, is physical appearance and not so much the weight. Because I do think I look pretty decent even in the low 300s, which is crazy, but still shooting for the 285 is my first goal. It'd be really neat if I could hit 4 by the end of the year, but I'm not pushing myself because of all the crazy holiday madness. So, all right, so you might have noticed the title of this today is OMAD and Body Positive, Healthy at Every Size. So there's a couple things I want to talk about. I'm going to start out with body positive. So body positive, if you look at the definition online, the body positive movement is a movement that encourages people to adopt more forgiving and affirming attitudes towards their bodies with the goal of improving overall health and well-being. I completely agree with that statement. Completely. The problem is everybody is getting that twisted. That's not what this means anymore. When people say body positive now, you know, you're supposed to look at yourself and say, I love myself no matter what I look like, okay? And you should love yourself no matter what you look at. What you can't do is force that on to everybody else. People, you know, and I know this sounds kind of shallow, but as a society, we are driven by looks, especially, you know, appearances, first appearances. So you don't see very many dating websites where they don't show you images of who you're potentially going to date. That's because people want to see what they're going to date. Same with when you go to bars or clubs or hanging out with people. The first impression you get from someone is their appearance. So you can't push the concept onto everybody else that you have to like me no matter what, even if I look like, oh, I don't know, like that dude. I would say I would not approach this person in public ever. I mean, I'm sure he could be a great guy, and I'm sure there's someone out there that loves him. I also think this is probably photoshopped a little bit, but nonetheless, this is just not something you would do, is walk up. You know, this wouldn't be your first choice if you were looking for someone in a bar, unless you were looking for a laugh. So that's the whole body positive thing. Is it's gotten completely out of control for me. It's you have to accept people now. It doesn't matter if you're okay with it or not. It just matters what the person thinks. So I don't go out and expect people to look at me and think I'm the most gorgeous person in the world, even though, I mean, come on. But I do accept the fact that I know people judge people on an appearance basis in the beginning. Now, I definitely think once you go and you actually meet somebody, um, you completely change your perception of how they look based on how you perceive them, from a kind of an internal mind point of view. I think attraction is a lot more than just appearances, but that's the first impression is appearance. So the next evolution to that is let me switch back over here, is the healthy at every size. This one frustrates me. Not because of how it started, because if you look at how healthy at every size started, this is a good website. If you want to go ahead and check out this website, it's the NEDA, Feeding Hope. They have some good information on here. The concept of healthy at every size is not originally to accept that you can't better yourself. It's to make good decisions on a healthy lifestyle. So what's happened though is, so originally it was like, okay, I weigh 420 pounds or 418 pounds. So I'm going to make healthy decisions and I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to try to exercise more. I'm going to be more active. I'm going to exercise my mind. Maybe it's religious in nature. I'm going to do more stuff with my church. These are healthy things you do that are not based off from a number on a scale. But what's happened is this has gone from that to, I can eat whatever I want because everybody should accept me, and I can be healthy if I eat whatever I want. That is just insane. That's teaching a lot of bad habits to our youth. And if we keep teaching our kids that it's okay to be obese, the future for us is going to probably look something like that. I think the movie WALL-E has a very scary truth to it. And that's what that is right there, is people depending more and more on technology, making up excuses that it's okay to be obese and unhealthy, and then we turn into literally this. And that's a scary thought. For me, anyways. I don't want to be like that, even though I am. So the whole problem I have with the body positivity and the healthy at every size is not the original goals of those groups. It's what it's been twisted into. And this goes, I don't want to get too far outside of this topic, but this goes with everything that I see right now in our country. Even politics. Everything you see on TV is far left and far right. So if what I'm about to say offends anybody, I apologize. Let me pull the chat up here real quick, see if I've offended anybody. Quiet madness, yes. Electronics are horrible. I'm an IT manager, okay? This is what I do as technology. If you saw the setup that I went through to get this stream going, you'd see how crazy I am with technology. But I'm also an advocate of get the kids off the devices. I mean, there's no reason to be on a cell phone for 16 hours a day. It's ridiculous. So, books are good. Books are very good. So again, if what I'm about to say offends anybody, I apologize, but this is my point of view, and if you don't like it, you're free to leave at any time, all four of you who are watching. So, politics, far left and far right, that's all you ever see on TV. When the truth of the matter is most of us are not far left or far right on any of these issues, and there's so many spaces in between, it's crazy. So if you go, our most recent presidential election, I sit here today and I still laugh that our choices were Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. It cracks me up. I voted for Donald Trump because I had a lot of issues with some of the Democratic stuff. But if we had had a better candidate than Donald Trump, and I'm not Democrat or a Republican, I would have voted for someone else if they had something closer to what I believe in. But there was no good choices, and that's a really great example of far left and far right for me. So then you get into the whole. Here's a topic that I've made a video about, and I actually removed it because I got so much crap. But the whole perspective of pro-choice versus pro-life. I do not understand this issue. So if I had to choose one, which I think is stupid, I would say I'm pro-life. I think anytime you can avoid an abortion, you should. But I also think there should be so much more done to help people avoid getting pregnant if they don't want to get pregnant. And I know there's things that happen like rape and stuff like that, and that's horrible. I think there's great alternatives that if you can, and this is where I say, if a woman feels like she needs to get an abortion and she was raped, and who am I to judge that? I have absolutely zero ability to ever understand how that is or what that would feel like. Even another woman who's never been through that, I don't think they can judge that. But there should be nothing wrong with coming out and saying, let's put things in place to where people don't get into the position of getting pregnant accidentally or feel like they have to terminate it because it's just not right for them at this point in their life. There should be things we can do to make them to where they don't have to make those decisions. And I bring this up because now I'm looking at the weight loss stuff. And a lot of that plays into this too. These things that people are setting up, the body positivity, the healthy at every size, these are really setting up our kids for failure. I mean, I have one of my kids. So my oldest son, Jaden, he was kind of heavier when he was younger, but he grew out of it. And then one of my other kids is a little bit heavier, and it really affects him. But all he's seeing is he should be okay the way he is because people should accept that. And I think they should. But what we shouldn't accept is that we can't say something to these people because we're concerned with the health aspect. I know for a fact, being obese, you can make decisions to be healthier, but you can't be healthy at 418 pounds. Anybody who thinks that you can weigh 400 pounds and live the same life you could have at 185 or even 285, they're just wrong. I mean, there's no way. I am talking from personal experience. I know for a fact. When I was at my biggest, I could not even hardly go upstairs. I would go up a flight of stairs and have to sit down and take a break. So there's nobody that will ever convince me that you can be healthy at... And when I say large, I'm talking morbidly obese. Not if you work out on a regular basis and you are all muscle and you weigh 385, okay, you're healthy. That's cool. But that's not the same thing as being morbidly obese. So I am not saying I'm anti every size is healthy or body positive. I'm telling you I am body positive. And I am telling you that I believe in healthy at every size as long as you're making decisions to become healthier and not saying that you can maintain your 400 plus pound weight and be healthy. That to me just doesn't make any sense. So, well, I felt like I rambled on there quite a while. So one other thing I wanted to bring up real quick. So there's two other things I want to show you. One of them I want to talk about somebody. Let me change my view again. So I got to get rid of the Wally photo. We're going to go to YouTube. So someone who I've supported for quite a while, and I've talked about her in the past, is Amberlynn Reed. And so this is Amberlynn, her page. I'm not telling you to go look at her. If you want to go check her out, check her out. That's totally cool. But I'm really frustrated at the moment. She goes back and forth so much on trying to lose weight or not. I don't honestly know what her current weight is. I am genuinely worried about her though. For a few reasons. One is she obviously is not healthy. She has got problems, and I really like her. So the things I'm saying are out of concern and care, not trying to be malicious or in any way. And that's also why I didn't put her in the title. as I've had people accuse me of only talking about her because I want to get views and whatever. I could care less about views. So I've been watching her quite a bit lately, trying to help her. But aside from the whole weight issue, she's got the mental stuff going on too. And it's not just her personal life; it's the social media platform itself. She's really getting a lot of abuse on YouTube, and it is. I just can't imagine it being healthy at all. And I'm frustrated because I've tried to help her, and I just don't think that I can really help her much more. Here's a comment. Yes, I totally agree. If Amber Lynn has over 40,000 subscribers, okay? And she doesn't do crap. And that's what frustrates me, is if she would take her platform right now and try and lose the weight, she could affect so many people and do so much good for the weight loss community. And it's frustrating. Quiet madness. I'm not going to argue with you on that. I keep. It's one of those things. I have this problem, and I do this too much. I'm that nice guy that everybody takes advantage of, and I agree that she has motives to make money online. I'm not going to lie about that. I know that for a fact. Um, so yeah, yeah, there's no arguing that. I agree totally with that. I would just wish there's something I could do to influence her, to help her, and I just don't. I don't know what else to do other than to be there and to support her when she needs it. So I'm just gonna keep trying. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we see a lot of bad stuff about her, especially on her channel because of the comments. I think she could be, and that's the thing about obesity too, is even myself, I'm lazy and I know it. I know there's things I should do that I don't. I think I do a good job of taking care of myself, but there's things I can do better, and that a big part of that is just being so overweight that you don't want to do it, and you're kind of. I'm lazy. I'm not saying you guys are lazy. I'm lazy. So, all right, I'll get off the Amberlyn subject. So, is there anything you guys want to know? I do have one video I want to show you, just kind of at the end here, which is kind of funny, but it's a stupid video. I watch so much YouTube, it's ridiculous. There's a lot of hilarious content out there, and you got to search for some of it because it's hard to find good content. You get the same stuff over and over because it's always, the top rated channels, but there's a lot of good smaller channels out there that are hilarious. Let's see. Today, just so you know, there is no video today, no video tomorrow, and I'm not real great at doing them every day on the weekdays, but today we're going to my daughter Elizabeth's friend has it's like a choir event, so we're going to go check that out later today. And then tomorrow in the afternoon, because North Dakota has this stupid law about businesses on Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, we're going to go to Bismarck and do some shopping, so that'll be fun. Oh, so the massage business. Wow. The massage business is amazing. So there's some things going for us that are pretty cool. Number one, I happen to have my wife is the massage therapist, but she is probably one of the best massage therapists anywhere, period. She gets amazing reviews. She has chiropractic clinics that will only send chiropractic clinics that have their own massage therapists. They're sending her clients because she does better than their own massage therapist. And she doesn't want to work there because she makes way more money doing a business on her own. So But yeah, it's going great. We're looking at how can we expand in the next 12 to 18 months and offer some new services. So, as far as I would say, life is difficult. Um, money is something that I go back and forth with all the time about how much it affects my life, and I don't like that. I don't like weighing my life based on how much money I make, but I do it way too often. I find myself comparing me to other people, and I don't like doing that. But I can honestly say right now, I'm in a better position financially and spiritually, relationship, family, everything than I ever have been. So I mean, we all have our little problems. I've been married 15 years. We still have arguments. We don't hit each other anymore. That's what's important. It's a joke. We never hit each other, except for that one time, and she hasn't done it since. So, um, God, I hope people know I'm kidding. So, things are good. I can't complain. I've kind of backed off the drone stuff a little bit just because of how cold and windy it is here. It's really hard to fly drones when it's 30-mile-an-hour wind. Um, so we're gonna resume that in the spring. I mean, I'll still do it in the winter if there's some nice days. But yeah, we're just kind of gearing up, getting ready for Christmas. Christmas is going to be pretty low key this year, not too crazy. Um, Trying to think of some good videos to do. I'd like to make a new commercial for my wife's business. Just kind of some fun stuff like that. So Katie, nothing's really going on with Amberlynn. I was just kind of talking about how I've always supported her as much as I can, and I'm hoping that eventually she'll make the right decisions and be able to affect the weight loss community in a positive way. So that's all I was really talking about with Amberlynn. Um, any other questions you guys have or anything before I show you this video? I can't think of anything else going on. So the next live stream will be on Saturday next week. Um, yeah, the farms, the other YouTubers who repost her content and make fun of her, it's pretty bad. So I completely hear you there. So values on Christmas, yeah, I'll answer that. I don't talk about religion too much on here, um, but so my family. I have a lot of family that's Mormon. I have a lot of family who's Christian. Most of us are Christian based. My wife, when we got married, was LDS Mormon. Technically, she still is. So we do a lot of Christian values. I'm not I'm not hardcore Christian though. I really tie in. This is where I fly pretty solo with my religious beliefs. I like to figure out ways to tie in how science and God kind of can prove each other. So, um, yeah, I would say back in the day I wasn't real religious, and then I had kids, and it's one of those things. It's like infinity is something that just kind of blows my mind, and even when you look in a person's eyes, there is an infinity of existence there. And then you look at anything else, math for instance, and you think there's a never-ending amount of numbers. But then you look at the numbers 1 and 2 and realize just between those two numbers, there's an infinity of numbers. So for me, it's hard to. I think I came to the point of realization that I can't explain anything without having something that I don't have to explain that explains it. And that might not make sense to some people, but that's the only way I can really say that. So and I don't talk a lot about religion because I really think people need to find their own belief, and it has to come to them in a natural way. So good. I'm glad you get me because now there's two of us. um, all right, I think I'm going to show you this video. Hopefully you can hear it. This video cracks me up. Let me play. This is just hilarious. I've seen this like 20 times. It never gets old. Wait for it. Oh, man. That's great. Oh boy. I guarantee you my dog would do that if he had the chance. That is just hilarious. I love that. Let me. Yeah, it's a good thing they used the drop box there, because I'm sure that dog would destroy a mailman. Same with my dog. Oh, our dog, Mocha, if you haven't seen him, he's like this big. He weighs 10 or 12 pounds. What a crazy, vicious little sucker he is. I mean, he's great with us, but anybody, he's just so defensive. And pizza guy comes, we've got to lock him up because he would just take him down. So I did not know that. That's interesting. So mailmen are legally required to carry around dog spray. I did not know that. That's interesting. That makes sense, though. I mean, I couldn't imagine doing that job. Just reading comments here. Really, thanks for participating in the comments, guys. It always makes these so much more interesting. Yeah, Quiet Madness. That's where I'm at. It's like I just even I don't even get math. It's like you have 15 different ways to solve a problem where they all give you different answers. So which one is the right one and why? Yeah, I don't know. So I've just talking about careers and stuff. Oh, and apologize to anybody also who thought there was any kind of format to this today. There really is none. We're just gonna go until I leave and not make any sense. Kind of looking at what I'd like to do versus what I do now, and I do like what I do, but still feels like something's missing. So like I need to do something a little different, and it could still be where I'm at, where the company I work for. I think there's opportunities there. I just don't feel like I'm not quite doing what I should be doing, but we'll see. Oh, and thanks, Katie. So my personality sometimes can come off dry. Man, I can't talk. But I went and got coffee this morning, so I should be all right. Pretty upbeat and happy today. So it looks like I doubled my views from last Saturday. I don't really care how many people are on here, but it does make more. It's funner when there's more of you, so we can talk. So we're up to 6. I think last week we had 3. So yeah, and I think so. Quiet Madness. That's I really do think that the drones are something. I love flying, and that's probably the other part of this is I can put my VR goggles on with my drone. I can go outside and I can kind of feel like I'm flying, and that's nice. So, and I do get to be creative, and that's why I like doing this and the videos and stuff, because it is complicated. It's technical, but it's also kind of artsy and fun. So, oh, you know what's okay? So, how cold is it here? It's not that cold, which doesn't make any sense. It should be like -30 right now, and it's like, what is it? I gotta check. It's not that cold. It's 31 degrees, which is like nice for us. Now there'll be 40-mile-an-hour wind and it'll feel crazy cold, but the first couple years I was here in North Dakota was really, you were down in the -20s by now, and we were snowed in for a couple days, so it's just very strange weather. So, all right, well, I've kind of ran out of things to say. I'm going to hop off here and get some stuff done. Crystal's not working today, so you don't tell anybody about the accent. All right, guys. Next Saturday, same time, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Feel free to comment on any of my videos if you have questions, and I'll try to answer them throughout the week. So I'm gonna get out of here and go hang out with my kids, do some homework, and go watch a choir concert. So, like always, guys, if you need help, you just gotta ask.